Welcome back to the Potato Expo. We're broadcasting for the next 2.5 days right here on Facebook Live and YouTube. The idea is to be able to expand the community and really to teach everybody from consumer, everybody across the supply chain about what's going on in agriculture and specifically in potatoes. With me, I've got Sterling Liddell from Rabobank, and I think I mispronounced both names, I'm sorry.
That's perfect, Phil.
Okay, and we brought you on to really talk about the farm economy. You know, a lot of talk about the economy since the tax bill was signed. What effect, if anything, does that have on farmers? And give us some projections. What do you think is going on over the next 2-3 years?
Well, Phil, just to kind of set the stage a little bit, we have a little bit of a backstory here with both the farm economy and also the global or even the national economy. First of all, the national economy has been on really a cyclical bull movement in the securities where we trade stocks on the exchanges since probably about 2012. And that's been very persistent and it's continuing to go high. A lot of people wondering where that ends.
Right.
The next backstory is the farm economy. Farmers had very good margins, historically good margins, from about 2008 until about 2015, and then everything came apart. Commodity prices dropped.
Okay. Weather conditions?
Well,
not
weather
so much?
conditions not too much of an issue, but commodity prices dropped, the cost of inputs stayed high, and suddenly you're producing crops lower than the break-even price. And so farmers have been adjusting and trying to get to a point where they can survive a future of very tight, low margin conditions and manage through that.
Well, is that sustainable as a business? If all of a sudden you have a margin like this, and you're going to a margin like this, and you don't know what's going to happen in the crystal ball, which is I guess why they have you involved, to help them try to figure that out, how sustainable is this model that we currently have?
For some farmers, it will be very sustainable. For some producers, they'll figure out how to manage through it and will actually thrive in these conditions. For some farmers, it will be the end of their farming careers. It's a very tough condition. Some of the keys out there right now are the liquidity in farming is mostly debt now. It's not operating capital, it's not capital that's being generated on a margin, it's debt.
So, and again, I'm not a farmer, and this is your business, so I'm asking a question that comes to mind. We keep on hearing every 5 years how the Farm Bill is significantly bailing out farmers. So if it's bailing out farmers, why do they have so much debt? Or are we not getting that right message about what the Farm Bill is all about out there to the consumers?
Probably a little bit of a message issue. The Farm Bill, as far as farmers are concerned, really contains some key pieces, and most of them are just insurance policies. If things go bad in a crop, for example, there's crop insurance and crop insurance subsidy. That's really what is out there. There are some price-related things that are going on, but for the most part, it's insurance. And that's key for farmers, but it really doesn't bail them out necessarily.
So when we see the headlines, and they're going to be coming up soon with the new Farm Bill, that, oh, you know, this is a terrible thing because we're just giving, you know, money to farmers not to grow crops and all that stuff. We need some clarity to it. We need to get the truth out there.
Yeah, in reality, the largest part of the Farm Bill is not actually the part that goes to farmers, it's the nutrition side of it. The part that actually goes to farmers is much reduced, and there's been some discussion around it, but it's very hard to say that it's actually going to just keep farmers from farming. The reality is it keeps them farming and helps them manage their risk to a large degree.
So I'm reading that there's a lot more younger farmers than ever before. I think it's probably since the turn of the 1900s that we're seeing more younger, more educated farmers coming in to the business. Do you see that, and what effect do you think that'll have?
There are young farmers starting into the business, although the average age of the farmer is aging pretty rapidly.
58 or something, yeah.
And it will continue to age. There's we do see these farmers coming in that are younger. The problem is they're probably most at risk in this environment because they're not long-term, they're not well capitalized, they don't have the equity to be able to finance at this point. A lot of them have severe challenges. Usually the most successful are those that have parents or grandparents that were successful farmers.
So this whole idea that we keep on hearing about, that somebody makes a lot of money, they go off of Wall Street, they open up a farm to do something, that's not our future.
There will be some investment. It's clear, as we've seen this bull run on the security side, it seems like it's really outpacing commodities at this point, where you have the paper assets that are outpacing the hard commodity assets. At some point, that's probably going to come back closer together. When we start to have issues in the securities, which clearly there are some bubbles that look like they're developing, some risk bubbles, there will be a movement back towards hard commodities and hard assets in order to secure portfolios. And farmland is considered one of those major rushes or safe havens.
Well, Sterling, thanks so much for giving us your crystal ball. I'm sure everybody here wants to talk to you. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more right here on the Potato Expo, The Eye.